confirm her. At this point, though, does stepping down go far enough, or are more investigations necessary? Because some of the things I refer to here, right, the investigations are just being closed now that she's gone.
Well, I think that depends on the facts, and I think previous administrations would have made sure that everything came out. I don't believe that will happen here. The bigger question is about the record of this administration on labor to begin with, as opposed to this individual secretary, who, by the way, was one of 3 Republicans to support the PRO Act. They have gotten rid of NLRB members that should have stayed on there. That has been bad for labor. They have staged an assault on the collective bargaining rights of federal workers. And then when you look at what's happening with things like, getting free steel from a foreign steel company for his big, beautiful ballroom, when you look at what's happening with manufacturing jobs because of the tariffs, and also just the general affordability issue. So I think you're going to see strong labor support in these upcoming elections for Democratic candidates because of what's happened. But I also think that it is, part of this whole pattern. Now, 3 cabinet members have been terminated or stepped aside, Bondi, Noem, and the labor secretary in just the last 2 months.
And another member of Trump's team is now under scrutiny. The FBI Director Kash Patel, he's filed a lawsuit today against The Atlantic over their story that I know you saw, Senator, which alleges that he drinks to excess, he has unexplained absences, doesn't show up. It was damning. CNN hasn't corroborated some of the anecdotes and episodes told in the article, but Patel just responded to it on Fox News. Here he is.
I'm happy to announce on your show that we are not going to take this laying down. You want to attack my character? Come at me. Bring it on. I'll see you in court.
Senator, you're on the Senate Judiciary Committee, so in that role, you oversee the FBI. So if this reporting holds and Patel does not step down, it would seem this is a national security crisis. Can anything be done about it?
Well, we must have an immediate hearing with Kash Patel. If he says, see you in court, I think he should also say, see you in the Judiciary Committee. I obviously didn't support him. We had a very testy back and forth in my questions of him. But I think it's not a surprise that his response, instead of either resigning or instead of giving his facts out there, he attacks and sues in court. This is what this administration does. There's a constant attack on journalism and the media, and it's time and time again, these suits by Donald Trump and others are ultimately thrown out.
And obviously, The Atlantic stands by its reporting. And Senator, we are now, as you and I are talking tonight, in the longest Department of Homeland Security shutdown in United States history. At the center of this is the standoff of funding for ICE. Democrats oppose funding ICE without specific reforms. Conservative members of the House refuse to support a bill that doesn't have ICE funding. So there has been this standoff. The Freedom Caucus wrote in an X post at the beginning of the month, if allowing Democrats to surgically remove agencies they don't like from the rest of the federal discretionary budget becomes the new norm, buckle up. Basically, seems like a sense of if that's how it's going to be, then we're in this for the long haul in terms of it being shut down. Here we are now. What is it, April 21st? I lose track of the days. April 20th. Is the DHS shutdown any closer to ending?
This is total chaos. I've never seen something where 100 senators, from Bernie Sanders to Ted Cruz, agreed on the fact that we should fund Homeland Security in the focus on the Coast Guard and the cybersecurity and FEMA and TSA. We said fund those. But ICE and Border Control already got all this money from that big, beautiful bill that I strongly opposed, and have been now, ICE is bigger than the FBI, bigger than the Marines. And we said, let's negotiate reforms to that agency. Let's not give them more money. Let's have it. And the whole 100 senators agreed that they could do it that way. Then the House comes in and says no, and now we're back in this thing called reconciliation, where they're going to ram this through on a party line vote. As you know, that involves many, many amendments in the Senate and a lot of votes.